They're no different than anybody else, right? You've got a job to do, I've got a job to do, and you expect them to do it and do it right.
Some South Fargo residents are upset when they go to their mailbox, they aren't getting their mail. Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight.
Several people in the Woodhaven development say it's a problem that's been going on for weeks, and their complaints to the post office seem to have gotten them nowhere. Valley News Team's Cornelius Hawker talked with several tonight.
There's 3 mailboxes there, and it's any given day. I could get my neighbors here, I could get my neighbors there, I could get my neighbors there, or I could get my neighbors here.
Mike Ammerman lives in the Woodhaven development, and he admits he hasn't been too worked up about the painfully apparent mail mix-up situation, but after a couple of weeks, even he's fed up and wants things to change.
I'm actually having to be the one to double check to make sure that it's right. I'm getting the right mail, and I'm opening up the right mail, and if not, then I'm having to deliver the mail to the right people.
On this private Woodhaven neighborhood Facebook group, dozens of people are talking about the same issue. One person even saying her mail was found in and around the trees in the neighborhood. Some neighbors believe the people driving their mail route are based out of Minneapolis, making it harder to get rid of them. But Fargo Postmaster Greg Johnson says that's not true. What is true, as seen in this message from the USPS to a Woodhaven resident, is that the carriers on this route are contract route carriers, which means they aren't USPS employees, but are still expected to follow proper procedures. Johnson says he's having to proceed with caution in how this situation is handled because the carriers are backed by a union. But in the meantime, that's not helping the people impacted by this problem.
Unfortunately, right now, from what we've experienced, these people that are doing it aren't doing it well, they're not doing it right, and in turn, we're having to do it for them.
Cornelius Hawker, Valley News Live.
Greg Johnson, the Fargo postmaster, says this is an internal issue. He wouldn't say much tonight, but did say that tomorrow he'll tell us what can be done to possibly fix the issue. While many of us are humming Christmas songs and buying gifts, Moorhead Police says 'tis the season and thieves and robbers are everywhere. Last week, we warned you about people snatching packages from doorsteps. Well, tonight, you're looking at an exclusive picture. It shows people taking Christmas gifts off a doorstep and stuffing them in a silver van. A Moorhead man contacted our whistleblower hotline telling us that he caught the thieves in the act. If you're worried about your packages, police offer a few tips. Sign up for courier alerts, talk to your neighbors, download a tracking app, or install security cameras.
Handcuffed, that's how Cass County Sheriff Paul Laney describes an executive order that he says hinders his job to keep us safe. Executive Order 13688 from President Obama prohibits certain types of military surplus from being given out and places additional restrictions on equipment already in the hands of law enforcement. The current program dates back to the mid-90s, where military vehicles would have their guns stripped and turned over to local police. As a member of the National Sheriff's Association, Laney says he's fighting to make sure he can keep the public safe.
Let's say we have an armed situation out on a farmstead during a snowstorm or during a flood or during heavy rains or that type of thing. I don't have the ability to get any kind of a piece of equipment to be able to go deal with that unless I ask the taxpayers to give me $250,000 or more to go do that.
Right now, the Red River Valley SWAT has a Bearcat, an armored vehicle on wheels with no guns or turrets. Law enforcement say that its main use is to evacuate people during an active shooter situation.
A first-of-its-kind policy in the Valley, and it will play out at a Class B Region 1 school. If you play and plan to attend a game as a fan, be careful how far your cheering goes. Valley News Team's Krista Boehm explains the new yellow card that fans could get if they don't keep it clean in the stands.
Don't be fooled by a small-town school. This gym may be small, but this crowd knows how to get loud.
The game's intense, everybody's up on their feet yelling and screaming.
But while your eye is on the ball, know if you attend a Class B Region 1 basketball game, there will be eyes on you.
There's getting into the game and being excited for the game, and then there's just being mean and demeaning.
If you're more the latter, you'll be handed a yellow card like this from the host school. First, a warning.
If you're being unruly, if you're being disrespectful, if you are antagonizing other fans, or really getting after the refs or getting after kids on the court.
And if you keep it up, consider yourself out of the game.
I've only heard of it for like when the refs do it to the coaches.
From the floor to now, the stands. The yellow card policy is an idea Principal Scott Strange learned from a school in Nevada. Though he doesn't see much of a fan behavior problem at Wyndmere, it's the away games where sometimes parents go a bit too far. A moment no one forgets.
When I was a freshman, we were playing in a basketball game and a fan got out of control and the game stopped and the ref went into the stands and yelled at the parent.
At it 6 years, and there's been 2 times where I actually had to go sit and talk to someone.
It's a sight he doesn't want students and players to have to see.
If they're having a bad game and then they hear fans yelling at them, that's never a good thing, and that has a negative effect on their playing.
A proactive policy that all 13 Region 1 schools plan to follow.
But some of the schools were worried that might take away some of their autonomy.
No matter which side of the scoreboard you're on. Krista Bain, Valley News Live.
We checked with Fargo Public Schools, and they tell us it hasn't considered a similar policy. Over in Moorhead, the public school system there says it doesn't have a formal policy, but they do keep an eye out for fan problems.
The West Fargo Fire Department is looking for residents who are interested in becoming volunteer firefighters. Fire Chief Dan Fuller says that if you have what it takes, apply. Applications are accepted on a year-round basis, and interviews are twice a year. All members of the fire department are expected to make monthly training nights every first and third Tuesday, along with 25% of all calls on a quarterly basis. The minimum time commitment averages 14 hours per month. And for more information, head to valleynewslive.com and click on this story.
It's Tuesday. That means time for another restaurant report card. And this week we investigate Fargo restaurants with critical violations involving sanitizing solutions, and we ask them what they're doing to improve.
Valley News Team's Christine Stanwood investigates and gives us a look at the Clean Plate Award winner as well, a restaurant that's been open since the 80s.
For our first violator, we visited Grand Junction off 13th Avenue. The restaurant, which has been on Restaurant Report Card in the past, got a critical violation for having unmarked spray bottles in the food prep area. The manager did not want to go on camera, but tells us that it was corrected within 30 seconds. Our second stop, KFC on 25th Street South, was cited for sanitizer solution being too strong. Management tells us off camera that there was a problem with their cleaning bottle and corrected the violation. Our Clean Plate winner this week is Randy's on University. The manager was thrilled to hear that his restaurant, which has been open for nearly 3 decades, received a spotless report. He credits the award to his staff, who make sure everything in the restaurant is spotless all the time.
We've always worked with the health inspectors to try to stay above average.
In Fargo, Christine Stanwood, Valley News Live.
You can watch this report and all others on valleynewslive.com.
Valley